The son they threw away came back as Africa's richest man.
The rain poured over the city as though the heavens themselves had chosen to mourn. Dark clouds swallowed the evening sky above the crowded streets. The neighborhood buzzed with the sounds of traders packing their goods, motorcycles weaving through traffic, and children running home before the storm grew worse. Inside a small, aging family house stood 19-year-old Daniel. His clothes were clean but faded from years of wear. His hands bore the marks of hard work despite his young age. His eyes reflected kindness, determination, and hope that refused to disappear. Daniel had always believed family meant protection. He was wrong. His father had passed away years earlier, leaving behind only a modest house and a tiny grocery shop. Before his death, he had often reminded his children that love was worth more than wealth. But once he was gone, everything changed. Daniel's older brothers slowly took control of the family business. Their aunt, who claimed she wanted to help the family, became the voice everyone listened to. She never liked Daniel. She believed he reminded everyone too much of his late father. One afternoon, the family's emergency savings disappeared. No one knew where the money had gone. Without evidence, without investigation, without even asking Daniel what had happened, the accusations began. The aunt pointed directly at him. The youngest is always wandering around. Who else could have taken it? His brothers nodded. Their silence hurt even more than the accusation itself. Their mother stood in the corner. Tears filled her eyes. But fear kept her from speaking. Daniel tried to explain. He begged them to search the house again. He pleaded for someone to believe him. No one did. Before sunset, his small backpack was thrown outside. The front door slammed shut. His own family had erased him from their lives. As thunder echoed through the city, Daniel picked up the old backpack. He looked once more at the only home he had ever known. No anger, no curse, only heartbreak. He whispered a quiet promise to himself. One day, I will prove that the truth never stays buried forever. Then he walked into the storm. The city welcomed no one for free. Every street demanded strength. Every day tested patience. Daniel slept under market stalls after traders closed for the night. Some mornings he washed at public taps before searching for work. Construction sites, bus parks, restaurants, warehouses, anywhere someone needed an extra pair of hands. Many turned him away. Others paid him barely enough for one meal. Still, he never stopped working. Whenever he earned a little money, he spent part of it on food, and the rest on books. Every evening, after long hours of labor, he sat beneath a broken streetlight outside a public library. There he taught himself accounting, business, marketing, technology, finance. He watched successful people from a distance. He studied their habits. He copied their discipline. Years passed. His clothes improved. His confidence grew. His dreams became bigger than the streets that once rejected him. One afternoon, an elderly businessman entered the small warehouse where Daniel worked. Most workers rushed to impress him. Daniel simply continued doing his job honestly. The businessman noticed. He asked Daniel a simple question. If someone trusted you with one opportunity, what would you do with it? Daniel smiled. I would make sure they never regret believing in me. Those words changed everything. The elderly man offered Daniel a junior position in one of his companies. Daniel accepted. He arrived before everyone. He left after everyone. He learned every department. He solved problems others ignored. Within a few years, he became one of the company's youngest executives. When the elderly businessman retired, he offered Daniel something no one expected. A partnership. Not because Daniel was lucky, but because character had earned what talent alone never could. Years became decades. Small investments became successful businesses. Successful businesses became international companies. Daniel expanded into agriculture, technology, real estate, renewable energy, manufacturing, education, and healthcare. Every business focused on creating jobs instead of chasing quick profits. Communities flourished. Thousands found employment. Families escaped poverty. Across Africa, his name became a symbol of hope. Magazines celebrated him. Universities invited him to speak. Governments sought his advice. Yet, very few people knew where he had started. Even fewer knew the pain hidden behind his smile. One bright morning, a convoy of elegant black vehicles entered the same neighborhood where Daniel had once walked barefoot in the rain. Children stopped playing. Neighbors rushed outside. Everyone wondered who such an important visitor could be. The convoy stopped. The rear door opened. A tall man stepped out wearing a beautifully tailored African outfit. His confidence was quiet. His success spoke for itself. Then someone recognized him. "That's Daniel?" The whisper spread through the street. His brothers came running, their faces filled with disbelief. The aunt who had once accused him could barely stand. His mother slowly walked out of the house. Time had covered her hair with gray. The moment she saw him, her shopping basket slipped from her hands. Neither of them spoke. Years of pain filled the silence. Daniel asked everyone to gather inside the old house. He calmly placed a thick folder on the table. Inside were legal documents, property records, bank statements, investigation reports. Years earlier, the missing family savings had never been stolen. An old business partner had secretly taken the money before disappearing from the city. The truth had eventually been discovered. But by then, Daniel had already disappeared. His family had never searched for him. His brothers lowered their heads. The aunt could not meet his eyes. For the first time, everyone understood. The innocent son had carried the punishment for someone else's crime. His eldest brother fell to his knees. His voice trembled. "We destroyed your life." Daniel looked around the room. He saw regret, shame, broken hearts. But he also remembered something his father had once said. Bitterness builds prisons. Forgiveness builds futures. Daniel opened another folder. Inside were documents proving the family's house had been fully paid for. The debts were cleared. The grocery shop had been rebuilt. Scholarship funds had been created for every child in the neighborhood. A community health center would soon open nearby. His family stared in disbelief. They had expected revenge. Instead, they received mercy. As the sun began to set, Daniel stepped outside. The neighborhood looked different now. New roads, fresh paint, children laughing safely, small businesses growing. Hope had returned, not because one man became rich, but because one man refused to let pain define his future. Before entering his vehicle, Daniel looked back one last time. The house no longer reminded him of rejection. It reminded him of how far forgiveness could travel. His convoy slowly disappeared into the evening light. The neighbors watched until the last vehicle vanished. Some wiped tears from their eyes. Others stood in complete silence, because they had just witnessed something wealth alone could never buy. They had witnessed grace. Moral lesson. Success is not measured by how much you own, but by how much good you choose to do after overcoming hardship. Those who reject you today may one day witness your greatest achievements. Never allow betrayal to steal your kindness. The strongest revenge is living with integrity, rising through perseverance, and choosing forgiveness when bitterness seems easier. For time reveals the truth that anger can never hide.